Folks, this is Savannah. She's a 10-year-old rescued mare. It's my understanding she grew up out on a big pasture, never really had anybody handle her much. They could get a halter on her, but she wasn't good with her feet or any kind of stimuli. She would kind of panic and run off. It's been my great pleasure that Western Montana Equine Rescues had me out. I've worked with her about 6 times, I guess. And she just gets quieter and quieter every time we work with her. And it's my impression and observation that the horse is very teachable. She's a very handsome animal. But we've just been doing some basic ground skills with her. We're kind of teaching her to understand that when we come to position and we ask her to move her hip with her eyes, that she should move. And if I ask her to move her hip with my eyes, she should move. And when we first started teaching her anything, she just thought she's supposed to do everything with her hair on fire. And just move your hip with my eyes, or I will escalate the cue if I have to. And now maybe she'll pay attention better this time. When I take a look, you should move your hip. That's okay, I'll take that. But then we started teaching her to go left and right with a slight little point of a cue. And she'd just kind of tear around. And now she's looking more and more to do things quieter. I want her to walk. And then if I pick up my energy, I want her to trot. And if she sees me lower my energy, I want her to walk. And I'll just kind of push her hip away with my eyes there and tell her how smart she is. Against the fence, my ball. The other thing we kind of taught her was, hey, if I wave bye-bye, maybe you should back up. And not because I shook that rope up under your chin, but simply because I gave you a tiny little cue and watched your feet and rewarded you for trying. Good girl. If I just kind of pick up and make a little contact, I want her to start to come to me. Good. I never bring her past the point of the shoulder. I pick up and I need to pull that kind of quick like. You should come around without feeling like you should run off. If I touch you behind the ears here, I want you to lower your head down. I'm not pushing down on her. I want her just to fall away from my hand here. And just recently, we started putting our finger in her mouth. And about 3 days ago, boy, she about flipped over backwards, having anybody reach in there to mess with her mouth. And now she's getting pretty darn good about it. We've also been introducing the flag to Savannah. And I want her to stand quiet for it. First time she ever saw it, of course, she tore off and ran off, and she was scared of it. So if she leaves me, I'll just kind of get after her a little bit with the flag. I want her to know the difference between this motion means I want you to tolerate whatever I'm bringing to you. There you go. Then I also want her to know there's a driving motion where I should be able to herd her away with the whip or the flag. And then if I ask her to park herself, and if I present the flag here and just ask her to move away from a driving motion, or if I present it to your hind, there you go. And if I get animated, I don't want you running off just because there's something scary coming up here. But I do want you to understand when I ask you to move with that motion, it means something different than this motion. Good girl. Okay, Shan. So just one time, we've introduced this little fly sprayer to her, and we try to do everything with some rhythm here so she can see it coming. There. Feel how smart she is. I let her see it coming. Don't correct her through the face here. There. I'm just going to let this kind of hit her front leg. She's only had this on her one time. There you go. There. Reward her. Let's kind of hit that front. There you go. When she stood quiet, take it away. And I'll just kind of keep on that front leg now until she finds a quiet place to park. There. I just hit her again here. There you go. There. Kind of let her feel it up on her body here. There you go. You see that? So I'll just kind of hit her on the leg and kind of let her feel it on her body now. Tell her how smart she is for trying. Good. So again, just a couple of days ago, we started putting our finger in her mouth and she had kind of a violent response to it. So just this morning we went ahead and introduced a bridle to her. And I come up under her chin here and I want her to feel that bit's going to come into her mouth, nice and quiet. There. And if she'll kind of stay quiet here with it, I'll kind of hold it up and let her gum it around a little. And when she comes over here a little bit low and left, I'll let her kind of ease it out with her tongue. There you go. Let's go ahead and re-engage her here. Come up under her chin. Just ask her real nice like, accept the bit. There you go. And again, we just put that in there about 3 times before we turn this camera on. And when she comes a little bit low and left, I'll let her kind of ease it out with her tongue. There you go. I'd probably quit on that for today. We're going to go ahead and put this little belly rope on her. And we put that on a couple of days ago. And she had a little bit of a negative reaction to it, but started to catch on. It's got a pretty heavy ring on it, so it falls if I give her some slack. Don't use a lariat if you're going to do this because it'll kind of cut into the horse. But let's go ahead and send her out. And the first time she ever felt that rope come up snug around her belly, it kind of startled her. And I'm just going to kind of let her feel it right there. And when she didn't blow up, I eased up on it. I'll let her feel a little bit of belly pressure. Now what I'm going to do here is watch for her to give me the response I'm looking for, which is that walk right there. So I'll let her feel it. I'll kind of take up, and there she came to a walk. I'll let go. I always want my horse looking for a quiet place. I'll just bring that up tight. She kind of thought about spooking there, and then when she walked, I let her go. Takes off. I'll just take that up. It's not tight, it's just touching. Move on. Now if you can see the rope's moving back almost every time. I want her to look for some kind of an answer here. She may have a little negative response. We haven't let it go back that far on her. So we're going to educate her. There you go. It slips back a little bit each time. I don't make it hard. There. And let her feel that. Good. Let her feel that. Good. Let her feel that. Good. Let her feel that. It's not tight, but there. Let her feel this. Good girl. Let her feel it back here a little more. It's just barely touching back there. A moment ago it tickled her back there on the flank and she thought that maybe this should scare her. But now she's figuring it out. There. It's probably just a great place to quit. And I'll just kind of let that just fall off of her and let her walk out of it. We're about to introduce her to this tarp. Really helped her. I'll kind of grab her cheek piece here on this one. There we go. And to her defense, we did sack her out with a paper bag a few days ago. There we go. Can't get her to want to cross that tarp. this time. What you got to be careful of is that they don't step on a tarp and suck backwards and take it with them. Good girl. That's the first time she's had that tarp introduced to her. Very good. One step. When they get their hinds on there, that's what scares them the most. I'd probably just quit on her right there. That's Savannah. Great way to quit the day, huh?